I don't know. This is. Hello fashion breakers and welcome back to my channel where we take old clothes and make it fashion. I'm refilming the intro because I feel like since I started the project and now that it's almost finished, so much has happened. Personally feels like this whole week everything I was doing felt so irrelevant compared to what's happening in the world right now. Obviously I'm in Germany, I honestly don't know what to say. Maybe we can do a little brainstorm in the comments if anyone has a great idea for this, but I literally don't have any money to spend. But I have my embroidery machine that I didn't use so much, thinking about making some slogan blazers, kind of like Stop War merch to sell for charity basically. So if you have any great idea for that, let me know. Life goes on, I guess, and yeah, let's start this crazy project. Life gives you 1 kilogram of buttons. What are you gonna do?
Make button juice or something.
I tried that yesterday, and I can tell you, it doesn't juice. Like, so I wanted to make like a fabric out of buttons by tying them all together with this never-ending red thread, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm picking a needle with the biggest hole I can find because we're gonna thread the needle a lot today, guys. I don't want to be every other minute like. You handsome, if you know what I mean. Don't ask me why I look like a pervert doing that, because I had no idea. I'm gonna cut off a piece of thread. This one is super solid, like you can't break it. And wrap each button in individually, so that in the end we have a thread running around the 4 sides of the button. And those will function as the attachment points, so that we can later knot all the buttons together. Ooh. This is hypnotic.
Little dream catcher feeling from it.
Doesn't matter. No. Basically wrapping them in. Kind of like a little present. But forget about the joy. And if you hear anything in the back, don't worry. It's just the voices in my head going like, are we really gonna do this? Wrap them all in. Yeah, to make a kind of unnecessary long story short, if we want the buttons to lay more or less flat on the body, we don't really have any other choice, unless you would just sew them on a garment. But as we all know, it's always better to overcomplicate things if you have the choice. Oh, did I melt my scissors? I didn't see that yet. I put my iron on it. But you know, we kind of love to melt shit on my channel, so I guess that fits. I'm using my fingers to keep the thread in place whilst going in and out with the needle. I only loosen it when I really tighten it in the back and knot it off. It's kind of like a compass, really. I'm going 2 times through north, 1 time through east, 2 times through south, and 1 time... Oh, you get the drill.
But wait! There's more!
I also have a life hack. Okay, but this is an actual life hack though. The never-ending thread is a little unpractical, to be honest. It's too smooth to really hold a knot. So when I'm knotting it up in the back, I first just do 2 knots on top of each other, normal knot, and I do 1 more that's really gonna fixate it. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but when you take the 2 threads together, you just make 1 knot. Not that sure where the nautical inspiration is coming from, but if you've been on a boat, you sure have an advantage today. You will need your pin to tighten it in the place where you want. Surprisingly, this is a much more secure knot than just knotting the 2 ends of the threads together multiple times.
What follows is a brief construction montage. We hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.
Now we're gonna take our never-ending thread to continue our never-ending project. I'm just gonna knot the buttons together using the same way of knotting to attach it securely, because otherwise it's actually really loosening. I'm first gonna make like sort of chains of different lengths. It's gonna be so beautiful. Welcome to How to Not Sound Convincing with our endearing host, Peer Cox. It's gonna be a little bit like these curtains to keep the flies out. I think.
Hello. 1 eternity later.
An eternity is an understatement here, guys. But when I have lots of those chains, I'm gonna knot the chains together. You guessed it, in exactly the same way. And at this point, I'm honestly not that sure, like, exactly what it's gonna be. I guess the amount of time is kind of deciding how skimpy it's all gonna be. Then I'm gonna add some next thread. Yes, made of even more buttons. Yay. Thinking this maybe is kind of a temporary temporary thing to just hang it on, because it's still easy to change later, but it ended up being sort of right. Just taking a little look in the mirror, because I was planning to go all around like that. Should I? Also contemplating to maybe let it hang like this. Go with the strap behind. What's clever? At least I have much more length like this. So I couldn't really choose. So just like our favorite politicians, if you can't decide, it's best to compromise. So I'm gonna leave the back sort of open and make 2 back straps from the neck strap going down so that it looks like it's crossing in a way, but it's basically 2 new straps. I mean, at this point, I honestly feel like you can just do whatever the fuck you want because it doesn't make any sense anyway, which is a great point to be at. I love this look. I look absolutely crazy. You guys know I look crazy. That's okay. That's what we're here for. I love the sound it makes. I don't know what to say. Just stay safe and subscribe to my channel for crazy fashion shit. Looks like spring, but it's not yet, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos. That's a lot.